Fire in the heart sends smoke into the head. German proverb. As I start this journey of restoration, I realize how important it is to know who you are. If you know who you are able to see the places you need to improve. Welcome to my first podcast, and today we will speak about anger. I just remember years ago, I was the type of person that always get angry. It was so easy for people to make me feel upset. Little things, big things, everything upset me. And indeed, I was sick. But I get so accustomed to this way of being that I never thought something is wrong. Something is not right. In the world, they taught us that it's okay to let your emotions be manifested. That if, for example, you don't like me, well, that is your problem. And the truth is, it is wrong to think in that way. Because as humans, we're supposed to live in a community. And everything that we do will affect others. So sometimes we are in this place of comfort. We are comfortable with the person we are, even though people is telling us, hey, that is not right. What you're doing is not right. And I just remember that I used to have a bad temper since high school. I just let it out. I just don't care. That was the type of person I used to be. But I started walking with God and I started praying and finding out what is peace. And I started to find out what is joy. And I started to find out the things about my personality I was able to change as soon as I surrender. I get to know a new part of me. I get to know something new that the Lord was trying to show me. As soon as the Lord started showing me these things, I realized all this time it was wrong the way I was behaving toward others. So these days, I got my final exam and I wake up and I have this heaviness on me. And I was in a bad mood. And for some kind of reason, it doesn't matter how much I was praying, I was feeling very uncomfortable to the point I got a bad headache. And when I start getting this bad headache, I say, I don't understand. I'm praying and nothing is happening. So then I try just to step back. And I try to pray again. And then I hear the Lord was saying to me to read Psalm 95. So when I started reading Psalm 95, I saw He was talking about praise. He was talking about worship. So when I was listening to the Lord, asking me to praise Him. In a moment, I didn't really want to praise Him. I didn't understand what was the connection between this my current situation. So then I continued reading when I heard the Lord saying, "Do not harden your heart as your ancestors," in two places when He talked about the desert. As I was reading the notes at the end of the chapter, I see the two places were related to temptation, and the other one was connected I can't remember where exactly. But the thing is, in that moment, the Lord was making me aware. Yes, I have it right now. One is the Meribah and the other one is Massah. Massah is the place of temptation and Meribah was a place of dispute. So these were the two places where the people that was walking in the desert, they failed. Because instead of just letting God work within them, they decide to harden their heart. So at that moment when I was hungry and I didn't understand why I was angry, the Lord was showing me that I was hardening my heart. And one of the things that happen when we harden our heart is that we stop listening to God. And once we stop listening to God, we will be led to places where confusion, sadness, and all these negative things will be. Because in that moment, instead of just accepting the things that are happening, we just decide it's not fair. We decide it's something that shouldn't happen, and we start having all these kind of thoughts. But when it's about the heart, people used to just let the heart to be in control. But God in His Word advises us to apply instruction to our heart and wisdom to our ears. So we as Christians, we believe we should only train our mind, renew our thoughts, set our mind in places above. But also we need to train the heart, because as Proverbs 4 says, it is this place that will determine the course of your life. It will determine if you will have a happy or you will have a sorrowful journey. It will determine if you will be able to receive the blessings of God, or you will just let the curses that come along the way by following the enemy and the wicked. So then when I start reading about the heart and I say something is wrong with my heart, I start reading about Jeremiah 24. This was the next chapter the Lord showed me that talk about the cup of wrath, and how when we decide to not listen to God, what are the consequences? So as I start listening the preaching, I took some notes regarding this chapter. In most of them, the Lord was giving instructions. When we read the Bible, we have to really see what God is saying. Is God giving me instruction? Is God giving me advice? Is God showing me something? Is trying to teach me something? So when I quote the chapter, Jeremiah 25. The first instruction the Lord gives is turn from your evil behavior and actions. The second instruction the Lord gives is take this cup of wrath and make the nations drink to where I have sent you. The third instruction is drink, be drunk, and vomit all, and rise no more because of the sword that I am sending. And he said the Lord has an indictment against flesh and the wicked. So every time we let our anger to be on the way regarding God's promises, in a way we are letting our flesh to reign over us. And God hasn't given us a spirit of coward. He has given a spirit of power, love, and self-control. So in this way, we are able to control our feelings. And then he finished the chapter saying, because of the hardness of your heart, he said, Judah has been taken into captivity. The hardness of the heart lead judgment, consequence to not listen to God. And when we are angry, we respond to anger in two ways. Either we become the yeller, that we shout at people, we lash out at people, or we just we just became claimers, giving them a silent treatment. It's a way to punish them. When we are angry, all joy and feast is over. And the thing is that God uses our anger or our sins to complete His purpose in our life. And His purpose in our life is, again, give us peace, try to prosper us, and give us hope. So when we are angry, we are in a place of inconformity. We are not, let's say, happy. We are not grateful with the things that God is doing in our life. And the way to repair this incident is to see what is really upsetting us. Is the lack of control over the situation, or it is us trying to figure out things that we can't, and that's why we are angry. We are angry because what we are seeing is not what we are expecting, against the ego and the flesh and all our feelings. So I never thought the anger was connected with the hardness of the heart. I thought anger was something normal, or something we are accustomed to. But the truth is that anger is not part of us. We can experience anger, but not to the point that makes us sin. And we start sinning when we let our anger to stop us from believing in God. It's the same that used to happen to the people from Egypt before God sent the prophet Moses. They were going through hard tribulations. The only thing that kept them into that place, it was their faith. But some of them, on the waiting, they were hardening their hearts. And when we are standing for others, that's what happened. When we start, everything is okay because we understand, and we are most welcome to join God in this adventure. But as time passes and we don't see anything, our heart will start getting hard toward the person we are standing. But it's not the person we are standing that our heart is getting hard. It's to God. Our heart is getting hard toward God. Because in the last case, it's God the one that is asking us to stand. It's God asking us to intercede. It's God asking us to pray. But because we don't see the benefits, because we experience moments of loneliness, rejection, it is difficult for our flesh to deal with all this. So the thing is, as we are walking in this journey, as we are growing in faith, we are called to stand. It is our responsibility to stand. And standing doesn't depend on the worth of the person, because if we measure how the person is right now, we will see there is no benefit. But we know that the person we are seeing right now is not the person that it is. And that is the hardest part. It was for me okay to be angry all the time. It was for me okay to vent my anger on others. I thought it was normal, but it's not normal. And that's what God was trying to show me yesterday. He was trying to show me that every time I harden my heart toward Him, toward the things that He wants me to do, I will respond to that in two ways, either positive or a negative way. And one of the negative ways is anger. In my case, I was not so much angry about the things He called me to do. I was angry because I have a plan how I want to do the things that He called me to do, and the plan didn't go through. And I get upset and I get frustrated, and I start feeling so anxious. So anger, once we open the door of anger, we will open the door of many bad things. And to stand, we need to have a healthy heart. We need to have a heart of flesh. And it's not easy to keep it unless you pray every day, and every day you ask God, what is wrong with me? What I need to do today to be transformed? What I need to do today to let it go? What I need to do today to know you? What I need to do today, or in which word I need to stand? Because sometimes also it is not only about us, but we don't understand why others have the experience. And in my case, I until today I wasn't able to understand the anger of this person toward me. I didn't understand why it have taken so long for this person to let it out. But the thing is that when we are not spiritually mature, we take these things as something normal, as it's okay to be angry. It's okay to hold on grudges. It is okay to punish people because we believe we are gods, and that is not what God called us to do. God is a God of compassion. God is a God of mercy. So when we let our anger to direct our path, it will definitely confuse our journey. So I hope this podcast help you to understand a little more the importance of keeping your heart, the importance of guarding your heart above all else, as Proverbs 4 says. I want you to understand the importance about listening to God and not looking at the things that are around you. I want to highlight the necessity of being transformed by the Spirit, because this is not a battle that you can do in your own strength. You have to remember that the one that is praying through you is God. The one that is trying to accomplish whatever is in His mind is He, and He is the only one that knows how to do it. It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to accept that it is part of us. My name is Andrea Nelson. May God bless you. May God strengthen you. And I hope to listen from you on my next podcast.